birthday. We are so thrilled to be able to present this video to you that was put together by your kids, your grandkids, and the in-laws. This is just a little way for us to let you know that we just love you, and we want to honor you by letting you know that we are thankful for you. We have some really good memories from growing up, and we also are kind of sorry for a few things. We wanted to let you know that, and that some of the advice you've given us over the years has definitely stuck. So happy birthday, enjoy this video, sit back, and I hope it makes you smile, and you just have a wonderful day.
I am thankful that I'm his favorite grandchild.
One thing I'm thankful for Dad is he taught me a great work ethic, and now I know, but back in the day when we lived on the farm, it didn't really happen.
What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for that I'm his favorite.
So what I'm thankful for is that I am your favorite oldest granddaughter that you have.
What I am most thankful for when it comes to my father-in-law, it's really hard to choose. I would have to say that from the time I was dating his son, I've always felt very welcome. He's always made me feel like I was part of the family, and just had a great spirit of hospitality.
I am thankful for the family you raised and the fact that I got to marry your daughter. And I'm thankful for the example you have set over the years on the importance of family and the commitment of being with and being around family. I really appreciate it.
What I'm most thankful for is the fact that Fred has always been just very helpful.
I think the thing I'm most thankful for is for my dad's constant modeling of a good work ethic.
I have to say the biggest thing that I'm really thankful for is that I'm his favorite daughter.
I'm thankful that you've got such a good sense of humor, Grandpa. I love trading jokes with you, even though I never have quite as many as you do.
My best memories with you are from when we used to come up to the farm and you and I would get up extra early on Saturday or Sunday, long before everybody else got up, and we'd have a cup of coffee, and then we'd end up in the barn or doing some kind of work around the farm that I always enjoyed, just hanging out and talking with you just one-on-one.
My favorite memory from growing up were the Saturday nights that we had in the fall time, raking leaves, jumping in them, coming in and having the best hot dogs in the world that had bacon and cheese in them, wrapped in croissants, watching Emergency, and taking a bath. That was our weekly bath, as I recall, and just celebrating that as a family. That was amazing.
My favorite memory of growing up with my dad would be all of our camping trips that we took, but one in particular was to Assateague Island, and we would, he and I had this little thing where we would count how many bathhouses there were between where we were and to find our campsite. And also, one particular memory I have is when he called me back to our little pop-up camper to eat lunch, and instead of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, he had a Maryland blue crab, which at the time I had never seen before, and I was quite surprised.
Favorite memory with Pap is at the cottage when he would take us on boat rides.
The last time we were on Grandpa's old farm,
My favorite memory with Grandpa is him doing the hay rides. The last time we been to his house, it was on Easter, and we had an Easter egg hunt.
Alright, so my favorite memory is going to the cottage and going out on the lake and having the contest to see who could catch the biggest and who could catch the first fish of the day.
Favorite memory would have to be when I was waiting for the bus before school, and we would always try to hit the little no trespassing sign across the road. and we would try and dot the I's too. So that was a big prize. Sometimes I got $1, so that was a good memory.
My favorite memory with Pap is when he would take me around the farm on the tractor with him. Happy 80th birthday, Pap.
All right, favorite memory would have to be the day you told me I couldn't marry your daughter and Linda decided to smack you for it. That was quite humorous.
My favorite memory with Grandpa Fred is when me, you, and Abby would have competitions about whose dog was better.
One of my favorite memories of Dad is taking us to Chesapeake Bay when we threw the old chicken bones out in the water and pulled them back in and caught the crabs that were sticking to the chicken bones. That was fun.
My father was probably when we were stealing driftwood off of Pontoon Lake. We had the front of his pontoon boat underwater with about 2 tons of driftwood on the boat. And then we came to find out it was illegal to take driftwood off of Pontoon.
Remember with Dad is driving across Lake Pymatuning with about 500 pounds of driftwood and almost sinking a pontoon boat. It was like up in the air like that. And yeah, it was pretty crazy. We pulled into the dock and people were looking at us like, what in the world is this guy doing?
My favorite memory with Grandpa Fred is when we went to Gettysburg and we got to spend the week with them and we had a lot of fun.
One thing I'm sorry about that is, I just never really listened to you too much. Kind of did my own thing. It was kind of hard to listen to you though. I know you're always yelling at me and, I was trying to just get around and do my own thing, and I'm sorry, but I'm listening now.
I'm sorry that I couldn't be there to celebrate with you today, but I hope that you have a great day and have an extra slice of cake for me.
Dad, I am sorry for the day that I wrecked the station wagon. Not only did I wreck it, it wasn't really a wreck, it was a scrape, but I scraped the entire side of the car with the tree that was at the end of the driveway. And that wasn't bad enough, but I did it the day after you picked the car up from getting it repainted. So I am very sorry about that. But the thing that I remember the most is, yes, you were angry with me, but you forgave me very quickly.
What I'm sorry for is not being able to spend more time with him and taking him to Ernie's cabin and all the adventures that he just got to have with his friends.
The thing that I'm the most sorry for is for begging and pleading with my dad when I went to Penn State in my second year to pay for the extra fee so I could take skiing lessons as a gym credit, which probably wasn't necessary, but he did it anyway.
The biggest thing that I am sorry for is bringing all the cats home. I'm really sorry that you had to get 50 cats vaccinated and then they all ran away.
I guess something I might regret would be not going to the cottage often enough.
Hey Fred, one thing that I'm sorry for, and I'm being sincere, I really am sorry. I wish, and I still regret this to this day, I wish that when I decided I was going to ask Laura to marry her, that I would have come to you first and talked to you first and asked for permission. But I was just in a different place at that time and it didn't happen.
One piece of advice that, well, honestly, I've never really listened to is always put your tools back where they belong. It was crazy because I'd like grab a tool and use it and like put it like maybe a couple inches to the right of where it was, and he'd be like, "Did you borrow my tools?" I'm like, "No." So, but now I learned.
The piece of advice that I can remember my dad giving me growing up was to always make my choices about colleges and jobs based on where I wanted to go, not because he wanted me to stick around for him. And he always used to say, you never know, I might not live here if you choose to stay in Pittsburgh. I might not be here. I might choose to leave. In hindsight, I realized that he never planned on going anywhere. That in reality, he was just freeing me to go wherever I wanted, which was pretty selfless.
One of the things that I remember Fred saying is, don't take any wooden nickels.
My favorite piece of advice, and one that I'll never forget, is the Vester motto. If you can't win, cheat. If you can't cheat, stall. If you can't stall, quit.
Dad, the advice that you gave me is more of a life that you lived rather than words that you spoke. You put high value on family, and that is something that I really, really do treasure. You made us feel important.
Advice would probably be the day that we were getting married, and he decided to walk up to me and tell me it wasn't too late to run when I was standing at the altar.
You mess with the bull, you get the horns.
So the best piece of advice that I've gotten from Grandpa has been to always listen to my mom. He's definitely right about that one.
The best piece of advice that I ever got from Dad was to always be wearing clean underwear in case you are in an accident.
The best piece of advice Grandpa Fred has given me is to not eat the yellow snow.
Don't sell my tools.
Grandpa Fred's given me a lot of advice, but I just can't remember any of it.